Hi!
Hello, and welcome to the Daily Almanac for October 12th. So, let's get started.
First day in history!
On this day in history, October 12th, 1492, a sailor on board Christopher Columbus's ship, the Pinta, sighted land, and a new era of European exploration and expansion in the New World began. That is why Columbus Day is celebrated on this day. Also, on this day in 1850, classes began at the Women's Medical College of Pennsylvania, the first medical school in the world entirely for women. In 1970, it began accepting male students. In 2002, Drexel University assumed operation of the school, which became the Drexel College of Medicine. And on this day in 1983, in Bryant Park, Maine, the last call on a crank phone was made. The local telephone company had been a family operation, with its switchboard in the back room of the Eldon Hathaway house. With his wife and daughter, they acted as switchboard operators and hand-connected calls. At age 65, he decided to sell out to the Oxford County Telephone and Telegraph Company, which announced its intention to replace cranks with dial phones. Today on Word Power, we're going to look at the vowels I and E. Now, there's a general rule that states I comes before E except after C. But sometimes when E and I stand together in a word, they make the sound A. Well, think about the word weigh. W-E-I-G-H. In the word weigh, the E comes before the I. So let's add to the rule. I before E except after C, or when sounding like A, as in neighbor or way. Oh, I like the sound of that. I before E except after C, or when sounding like A, as in neighbor or way.
Ooh, extremes.
Today on Extremes, we ask, where was the biggest recorded earthquake? The answer is 100 miles, or about 160 kilometers, off the coast of Chile in the Pacific Ocean. This earthquake took place in 1960, and although there have been many massive earthquakes in the world's history, this was the biggest ever measured and recorded by scientists. Scientists use an instrument called the Richter scale to measure the vibration of earthquakes. Earthquakes are then given a rating from 1 to 10 depending on the severity of the vibration. The Great Chilean earthquake measured 9.5 on the Richter scale. This earthquake devastated towns and cities and took the lives of many people.
Health tips.
Here are 5 tips for bath time. Number 1, before you step into the bath or shower, make sure the water is not too hot, because it's easy to get burned. Number 2, step in carefully to make sure you don't slip. Number 3, use a washcloth. It can help scrub away dirt and germs better than your hands alone. Number 4, remember to wash all over from your face to your feet. And number 5, if you take a bath, don't stay in the water long after getting clean. If you do, some of the dirt can float right back on you. After long debate, the framers of the Constitution agreed to several compromises about slavery. The main purpose of the compromises was to get the southern states to agree to become part of the new government. One of the compromises, the 3/5 clause, gave southern states the right to count 3/5 of their slaves for the purposes of representation in Congress. That way, the southern states could send more representatives to Congress than if they were not allowed to count any slaves at all. Well, that's all the time we have left today for Daily Almanac. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you tomorrow.